終わり。
ホノカワは不思議な街だった。この世界にこんなにも愛おしい場所があるなんて。
もし彼女ができたら料理を教えてください。
もう一度レオの困った顔見たいです。
Honokaa Boy.
It was a Japanese film. We brought over 5 or 6 quite famous Japanese actors. The most famous being Chieko Baisho. I think it was her 92nd film altogether. Keiko Matsuzaka. Masaki Okada was the boy, was Leo in the film. And then Jun Hasegawa. Jun Hasegawa was born and raised in Hilo. You know, local girl, went to Japan about 7 or 8 years ago, I think. Started modeling, and this was her debut film. It was a Japanese director, first-time Japanese director, with a few of his key people, production design, those kind of things, coming over and working with an American crew, Hawaiian crew. When we first got to Hawaii, we were worried, everybody is, that you're not going to be able to find the right people. But we found so many amazing people on the Big Island. We found art department, props, grip, gaffer, wardrobe, everybody was there. Amazing people, clever, quick, we were blown away. So we had Japanese crew working with local people, and no one from LA. You know, Honokaa is a funny town. It's a little small town. People are very, very nice. Everybody knows everybody. And by the time we had prepped the film, 3 months of prepping, everybody knew us. The town welcomed us, and we were able to take over a house, you know, shoot down the middle of the street. We didn't have any problems, you know. And so we just stayed there. We shot 85% in Honokaa itself. And then there was a few locations, you know, one in Hilo, one up in Hawi, and a beach that we needed on the west coast.
この世界にこんなにも愛おしい場所があるなんて。
For me, it was very interesting. It was a very interesting experience. It was the first time I'd produced a film. I've shot documentaries here, I've shot commercials here, as a director and a producer here before, but never on this scale. It's not the first time that a Japanese film or Japanese commercial has been shot in Hawaii, but it went really well. There was a lot of lessons that were learned by the Japanese crew as well as the American, the Hawaiian crew as well. You know, to do these kind of co-production things so that everybody's happy, that things go on schedule, and that you don't run into too much overtime and stress and all those kinds of things. You can't come in there and saying, okay, we're going to do it the same way we do it in Los Angeles or in New York or, you know, Paris or whatever. Just can't expect things to happen at the same speed. And so we built in extra prep time. I just stayed on the Big Island for 3 months. It just made it incredibly smooth. You know, and you don't always have that with a commercial. You don't always have that option to be able to take the extra time. But I think everybody walked away from it thinking, wow, Hawaii's like the best place on earth, you know. And I think the Hawaiians also didn't feel that we'd taken over their town and destroyed anything. I think in the future, hopefully that word will get out. There could be a lot of Japanese work here. There should be much, much more Japanese work coming here. You know, the more, the better, I think, probably. There is a Japanese website, www.honokaa-boy.jp.
Don't go away. We'll be right back.